last few weeks I've been feeling a lot better about myself, personally and professionally.
It helps you to relax, and on other day, when you just realize
I came out of the session,
you're coming in with a good mood, obviously,
positive,
work, and you're all concentrated
I met Douglas Ballard through one of my business interests, Aquavibe, and I was astounded by the results I got through Douglas's advisory services, healing, that I asked him to look at another business of mine, a business called Allied Media. Aquavibe moved into completely different ways to that which it was heading in, to the point now where it's looking very successful and has a lot of things that are happening for it. Allied Media, on the other hand, had a lot of staff there, and those people had various issues on selling and physical issues that were affecting their productivity. Douglas spent just half an hour with some of these individuals, and our profits have started to soar. Those individuals have got more energy and drive compared to that they had prior to seeing Douglas. So I'm very pleased overall with the effect on my businesses and me personally.
I think what Douglas has is a divine healing gift, and would recommend it to anybody, and would just like to thanks for all he's done in changing my life.
I would recommend coaching to anybody, something I really believe in. But from my experience, Douglas is coaching plus. It's not just the tools to enable you to create your goals and make sure you achieve them. It's about understanding that plus giving you the incentive from the energy that you have within to really make sure those goals are achieved. Very special work. Yeah, I'd recommend him to anybody.
The few times I have seen Douglas, what I feel he has done for me is taking me out of that space, giving me the focus to look at it on a whole. So when I am back in that space, it makes it easier for me to deal with, and that's what I feel Douglas has done for me.
So in terms of my overall experience with seeing Douglas, it's been a very pleasurable one. It's actually helped me in relation to the condition that I've got. I understand in that the more sessions that I have, the more it's going to help me. The times that I have had these sessions, it's lasted, the overall effects have lasted a day, but each time I do have a session, it generally lasts longer. So there's a gradual improvement in my sort of overall well-being from seeing Douglas.
It just feels like you lose that weight. You just feel like you lose the weight off you, your energy becomes more positive, you become more of a positive person, and you just see things in a different way.
So with regards to the personal development work I've done with Douglas, it has been quite significantly different from what I'd done before. Other things like Anthony Robbins gave you a technique of how you would set your goals and use them as your driving force going forward. But this was about actually one-to-one, really getting to grips with those issues that were in front of you, but then having the opportunity to ground the new beliefs and new direction into my body, and such that when I left the session, it was still with me.
The interesting thing with Douglas is that there isn't any conversation during the hands-on period. The conversation is all in the mind, and there does appear to be like a flow of energy that is very interesting to experience.
Relaxed, and it was the case of it, because I'm a very intense person myself, and when it helped me to relax, I feel a bit different, and I was concentrated the whole day today, and I hope it's gonna continue to the next week as well.
I have a healing. He places his hands on my shoulders for most of the treatment, and towards the end he will place them on my head. I will normally feel an intense heat from his hands, almost like he's holding a hot water bottle, and I feel a wave pass through my body, almost like I'm floating on water. And then about 10 minutes into the treatment, I normally fall asleep, which is unusual for me as it takes me a while to fall asleep normally at night. After the treatment, I feel very relaxed and often quite sleepy.
Overall and above, I think, what Douglas has for me is it's some kind of gift. It's a powerful thing. Someone who can, you know, put his hands on someone's body and heat comes through, and I felt it. Yeah, I genuinely believe he's got something there. It's powerful. It's a gift, and I'm very much into that. So I recommend that people do listen, do read, do, you know, take a look at the DVDs, and please go and see them, because it's worked for me. I don't, like I said, I keep on saying this, but repeating it, but it's not about what everybody else thinks. It's about the individual himself. So, yeah, it works for me, and I recommend that you see Douglas, because he has got some form of power.
I came out of the session feeling very positive, actually, and I could actually feel that the treatment had worked in myself. And the next morning I woke up, and for the first time in years I didn't actually feel sick.
The result of working with Douglas and seeing Douglas, I've seen exponential results for myself and for the team as well, which has helped everyone get together to get behind Douglas with regards to what he's doing, and what I would advise other people to do, to keep an open mind, take it on board, look at it, feel it, enhance it, and see if it helps them, not just for their work, but for their life outside of work, because spiritually it can have an effect, and that's what Douglas has brought to us and for others in the office.